Hey there. So we're doing some Dave Matthews lessons, at least how I do it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it, promise. But there are a couple things that the way he plays the guitar um, make it sound unique to his style. And a couple of those are chord structures. And I don't necessarily know what the names of these chords would be, but it's when you only play put your two of your fingers down or three of your fingers. But like songs like Two Step and Gray Street and Trippin' Billies and Lover Lay Down, and there are really probably dozens of songs that he plays with this kind of structure where you've got your root note on the E string, and then you're either playing a minor, which would keep you on the same fret on the G string, or a major, which would keep you on the next fret over on the G string. So I'll give you an example of that: a D, right, or a D minor. The difference there, like Lie in Our Graves, during the solo, the Lie in Our Graves solo starts in D major. Right? Or Two Step is D minor, faster. Gray Street is B minor. So when you see a tab out there and it says, like, for Two Step, say, low E, 10th fret, right, and G, 10th fret, with nothing else, it doesn't mean, just play those two strings. It means to play everything. And you're going to be muting some, but you're going to want to strum. So let's learn Two Step. So this is D minor, right? So that 10th fret. And then it moves down a whole step to a major, right? So it's C major. In the intro, it goes to a G minor. D minor. And you can see on my fingers, I'm just playing those two strings and I'm muting everything else, really. You're probably getting the D resonating in there. And what it sounds like without the mute, it just won't sound like it, right? So you need to find that by muting your E and B string as well as your A, and your D can play with it because it is a D. Right? So D minor, C major, G minor. Right? In the background in the album, you have, I believe it's Tim Reynolds. It'll sound like that. And then the verse. So we're gonna get through that intro, right? And then that breakdown before the verse is going to keep your pinky on the G string, 10th fret, right? But we're gonna move to B flat, C, D, right? And you can mess around with that. Sometimes you'll hear a fourth note in there, and that is an F, right? So it sounds like this. Which we would do 4 times, and then just before the verse. The verse is going to be that D minor, and then it's going to slide from that B flat major to the C major, right? So it's going to sound like this. So it's going to be the 6th fret, and then the 8th fret, and then it's going to go down to F major, which is the 1st fret, right? And then back to the B flat, A minor, G minor. Okay? My love came to you fast, intention you lay down, give to me just what I'm seeking. The same, and then it does that again. drive me to destruction. Back to the D minor. Right? Let's get to the chorus, right? And doing this, hey my love, you believe that we might last 1,000 years, right? To break down. And then Celebrate We Will is F. Kind of changes the strumming, right? To your C major, so F to C, and then it goes all the way to the G minor, B flat major, A minor, right? So it sounds like this. You've listened to Red Rocks, that's how they actually end the song, with that. Anyway, so that, again, that chorus is your first fret, your F major, up to your 8th fret, which is your C major, down to your 3rd fret, and it's going to be the minor because we're going to make it the minor. Remember I said that it's going to keep it on the same fret, that G string, right? So major and minor are differentiated by the fret in front of it or the same fret, right? So, I'm sorry. 1st fret, 8th fret for your major, right? And then G minor on the 3rd fret, B flat major, A minor on the 5th fret, right? So that B flat major is on the 6th fret, and your A minor is on the 5th fret, right? And then back to the when you get into listener supported and like the 98 tours and stuff like that, they end the song like this, and that's when you're da 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 da. That's coming after, and then you'll. It just stays on the D minor. It's 2-step.